Alright folks, it is currently 5:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're going to see my yucky stained floor and everything else. But I'm going to call this the decommissioning of the Squier Strat. I did do I attempted a fret level last night to fix the issue with the fret here, and it really didn't work out as planned. And further down the neck, didn't even notice it until, you won't see it there too much, but right here where my finger is, there's a nice little ding in the fretboard. So with that said, I guess ultimately I've decided that it's going to be, my first thoughts on this is I really don't want to fuck around with it too much. Originally, with the way the body was white and everything else, I was also very tempted to go with a gold hardware scenario, but I think this time around I'm just going to stick to a chrome hardware. But first off, what I've decided is that given the nature of these frets, and also given the nature of my frets, and given the nature of the guitar, I would like to keep it as close to stock as possible. Worst case scenario, I yank the frets or screw up the frets, and that ends up being the then I have to go get a replacement. Beyond that, though, I'm simply gonna take it apart, get it cleaned up, prepped, and ready for when I get the frets, because I believe at the end of the month I am going to buy some frets, probably from Philadelphia Luthier Tools or whatever the heck the name of that company is. So anyways, big old school clippers here. So I decided to put up some content and change things up a bit. You notice that the sound is different because I'm using the dual mono mics, even though it claims to be stereo, but in all actuality they are mono for all intents and purposes. Nothing more than that. And also I've left the webcam on autofocus to illustrate the point more. Well, sorry, not to illustrate the point more, but to show the process better. I know some people will find this interesting, other people will find it boring, but again, I want to show people that I am doing stuff, in case, again, anybody wants to go to my About page and actually send me a little help. This isn't begging, this is just, I'm just saying. I have a Pay Me Setup link in my About page if anyone's actually interested in helping me to contribute to more hardware, plus the ad revenue generated by everybody's views also helps me very much for to do everything else. So with that said, let's actually get rid of this garbage bridge that's on here. This is definitely cheap Chinese. Looking at the pickguard further, I have actually some oil or something on the pickguard. I really would like to reuse the pickguard, and because it's actually a pretty nice pickguard. It said, I guess let's. I was just thinking, oh, I got to go into the back of the cavity, take off the cover off the back. Apparently not. So, let's just unscrew this so we can get the things in place. Alright. Simple as that. They just pop off like that. Now, while we're back here, you can see the back. Oh, you can't see because of the white, but there's a fair amount of scratches and so forth in the back. That's fine. So while we're also back here, let's actually get the neck off. Now, a lot of things that people have been saying about these. Again, this is a Squier Strat SE that comes in their Strat packs, and this was the only time that any of the lower lined Strats actually had a white or an Arctic white. So just even from the bit of playing, I could tell that it's actually decent body, but again, as a lot of people know, it really isn't about the material, more on the lines of what all the material combines make into a guitar, that is. Sorry. Apparently I got a screw still threaded through. These screws really seem embedded into this body. Okay, finally we have the body off. And we will put the neck to the side. Being. Again, sign that this is a cheap body, the hole. But the wood actually looks like it's of good quality. This is another reason why I'm also very hesitant about leaving the original bridge on, is because of the fact that these screws seem to be already fairly stripped. So again, as I was saying, I did do a fret level. Upon doing the fret level, discovering the one fret where I showed was actually very dinged up, which was weird. But the reality is no matter how dinged up the frets are, if there isn't enough meat on the frets, then it's really not going to make a big difference. So again, as you can see how I'm having such a hard time just to labor to get these screws out. It's pretty crazy. Hopefully I'll be able to do all this and get through it all in one shot without any interferences. For those that can't clue in at what's going on in the background, I have again the classic Weekend at Bernie's on my TV here. These almost feel like they're put in on an angle. There we go. Again, on cheap Asian block, even though it's pot metal, it's actually fairly heavy. Again, one of the big issues, as it looked like on further inspection, it looked like somebody got the genius idea. Can't see it too well. Well, can there. Somebody decided to take a pen and run it all around the pickguard for some reason. So, So we'll put that down to the side there. Let us go back to the neck, where when I was doing the filing, it looks like I got one point around there where I really kind of dug into it. So of course, before ordering frets for this, you need to make sure the radius, got this little radius thing. I know I actually have radius gauges, but this is just a quick way to do it. So, nine and a half. And oddly enough, it is actually not 9.5. It is in actuality a 10-inch radius. Let's go one more step further. See if it's 12. Checking on the radius gauge, 9.5 actually had a bit of a see-through underneath the middle. 10, the gap closed. 12, there was no gap at all. So it is either between a 10 to 12-inch radius on this fretboard, which means probably can't actually order 9.5s then. Mind you though, if it is closer to a 10, I guess I could probably do a 9.5 then. But anyways. So, let me plug in the soldering iron. Give it a few minutes. Again, trusty, cheap fret puller / nipper things, which we will see actually how good it is. So again, this is my first on film on the internet fret pull. I've never done this yet. I've seen the techniques where, again, it involves the soldering iron. You heat up the fret and then use the fret puller / nipper to remove the fret. So that is the technique I am going to use because it seems to be the most effective method to do so with. So again, like I said, I'm not too worried because pricing out a replacement neck, it can be anywhere from say about 60 Canadian to 80 Canadian, depending on how fancy or whatnot you can get. Or I can just otherwise grab like an actual Squier neck from the Stratosphere, which is another possibility as well too. Okay. Let's start by heating up the end fret here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Well, I must say, if these are supposed to be fret pullers, they're not very good. And I'm obviously going to damage the fretboard here.
You're right, this is beautiful. My God, you can see the whole island from up here. Yeah? I always wonder how these things work. Richard, don't. I can't see. I took it to the track. Door.
I can say for certain, I do not think that these are fret pullers at all. Either that, or else these are really shitty frets. But
million pounds of vegetables in a year. It means serving 100% white meat chicken with seasoning and marinade, free of artificial colors and flavors. At Subway, we're committed to serving great tasting, quality chicken you can feel good about in every bite, in every sub, every day.
Finding a serious relationship can be like finding a needle in a haystack. Choose quality over quantity and ditch the haystack. Register today at elitesingles.ca. A service provided to you by Affinitus. Must be 18 or older. Free to try. You have a vision. It's why you can see what others can't. You know what you want, and we can help you get it. You need options? We've got all kinds, including special finishes and favors. And they're all absolutely guaranteed, every time, for any reason. Because you have a vision, and we have your car. 500 start at just $9.99 when you enter promo code 500 at vistafred.ca.
Why did you reach for tasty one-a-day women's gummies? Because they're formulated for women to help metabolize carbohydrates and fats, support immune function, and maintain skin. Or because you're still a kid at heart. One-a-day women, the #1 women's gummy.
Stains happen, and they happen easily. The other side of this is they can be removed easily. With Resolve Gold, it's our ultimate stain remover. From the regular to the rare, Resolve Gold removes over 100 stains. 100 stains.
Well, I do not know what they've done to these frets, but
Introducing Eucanor Gold. Now with their best ever blend of herbs and spices, it adds rich flavor to everyday dishes. For it tastes so good, you may need it.
that's how bad these frets are. They must be like really, really uber cheap.
The workhorse. And in constant demand. It's about finding time to talk. And the only time you'll find
And these things are definitely junk for pulling a fret.
entertaining. Dodge Grand Caravan. It's taken everything family could throw at it or in.
Anyways, we'll come back to this in a few minutes. Alright, I managed to get one of the frets out. Really, really rough looking. And just to give you an idea on how bad these frets are. It's not very good metal, really, really shitty metal. Okay. I don't know how well these are going to come out. But if I go by how that is and how the fretboard looks, it's not going to be exactly too nice. Let's see if I can work out the second one here better than I did the first. second one a bit better in just a second. Alright, back again, folks. Second one has definitely came out better. Could be the soldering iron need to be hotter.
Introducing the all-new Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid with an extraordinary 109 mpge, a class-exclusive Uconnect theatre system, and over 100 safety and security features, including forward.
Now we're gonna continue on,
Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid.
hopefully with no interruptions.
Every day. Ask about attractive provincial electric vehicle incentives now available in your area. The following program contains scenes with nudity, sexuality, violence, and coarse language. Viewer discretion is advised.
I actually felt sorry for you for that shit. It looks good enough. Let's go. Wearing what? Jesus. I never knew we wore it too tight. How do you like this? You can hardly tell. Who cares? Who cares? What are we gonna do about it? Can't take him out like this. Kill him right now. It's burning and shoot us. Come on, Lance. Come on, but not really. Come on, Rich.
Well, that seems to be it. 50 seconds. Heats up the fret enough to loosen it up.
Jesus. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is. You little bastard. Get back here, you little monster! I am gonna rip your guns out! I am gonna get that cocaine. What are we gonna do with Bernie? Oh boy.
Holy smokes. So far it seems to be, once I got the soldering iron up the temperature, if I hit it with about 20 seconds,
What makes color truly exceptional? Garnier Olia, the only color powered by 60% foil and no ammonia. For visibly better hair quality and exceptional color.
20 seconds of heat on it, and
Metallic bronzes that modernize browns with multidimensional reflex, and neutralize blondes with balanced elegance and incredible shine. Olia, the power of foil for exceptional color. Make an appointment with Olia today.
getting it up at about
During the week, making a healthy breakfast can be difficult to fit into your
getting it out with like little to no damage.
Simply shake and pour to make delicious hot breakfasts without all of the chopping and prep work. Egg creations are made with real eggs and are high in protein, giving you nutritious, great-tasting breakfasts any day of the week. Available in whole egg and fat-free varieties. Try egg creations from Burn Brand Farms. Brand power, helping you buy better. Traditional aerosols contain a lot of water, which eventually falls down and spoils the experience. Introducing Airwick Pure, with 9 times more fragrance and less water. Experience great fragrance with less wet spray. Airwick Pure, more fragrance, less wet spray. Airwick Pure is also available in fresh matter. Keep your home fresh all day with no bursts of fragrance and no added water. Airwick Fresh Matter, now available in Pure. Why have your glasses fit manually when there's the Multi-Factors AccuFit system? Replacing basic handheld measuring tools with a digital system that's 5 times more precise.
Excuse me, what happened to our backyard? We had like 2 acres.
The backyard ends here.
And Metalfest begins here. Your realtor really should have caught that.
Use a realtor.
What's new in the restaurant today? The restaurant pizza thin. Our thinnest crust ever. A crust so thin you can taste even more of the delicious toppings. Restaurant thin, really Italian restaurant taste. I love that, girl.
The army actually put the right person in my life, and they're still here today.
Of course, the Army knew they would be perfect for each other. How? Well, they're both extroverts. They're confident and thrive on meaningful personal conversation. They're passionate and affectionate, and they appreciate each other's caring. eHarmony's patented matching system will work again. Stop waiting. Start communicating free today.
That one I had a bit of a hard time with. I definitely think for sure after doing this right now, definitely the less fret wire you have to access, the more you really got to dig into it. It's pretty apparent. I don't know if any of these were actually glued in or what, but seems like any of these frets that actually have some fret wire sticking out, I can get a hold of and yank it pretty quickly. Four more to go.
No, I'm not going anywhere until you tell me what's going on.
Somebody's trying to get us from What did you say?
That one was really bad. Bad, 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 bad. Down to the last two, folks. folks, is done. I don't know how good or bad I did, but I don't think it looks that bad. Alright, soldering iron's done. All these frets. You can tell that these Asian guitars have not super great frets, because I mean, like, where's that one that I really chewed up bad? Also, the more that there's not much fret, it's hard to get a hold of. Here's one of the bad ones. Here's actually one of the better ones. You can see how it's stood up compared to others. So off into my metal bin this is going to go with strings. Now, this probably isn't a good idea, but just take some 2000 grit. And we'll use the radius. Even better. Just try to take some of the rough spots out. Definitely got some notches out. Just doing this to clean up the frets. chunk out of around here. Again, I know I'm not supposed to be should be sanding with a proper radius, but so again, just use the 10-inch radius. And just passing some sandpaper along the top. And just giving it another little take the 7 1/4 edge and actually give the fretboard a little bit of a roll.
Is that a Slavic name?
thinking Ford has some other work now. Please, let's pack up the car. Get away from the rest. You should see yourself. You were up at the crack of dawn watching a dog poop.
You call going up to the lake resting. It is 4 hours of traveling on the tollway in holiday traffic to sit in some dank, wet cabin and wait for that neighbor with the enormous head to get drunk and fall down the stairs.
There's a hydrant this house, and I don't think that you
That's not my idea of restful. This is restful. Hanging around the house, just being lazy, and that's what I want to do. I just want to hang around, play music, the ball game, and drink a couple hundred beers, maybe smoke an occasional cigar outside. I'll fix the barbecue in the backyard if we want to do. I'll do that. All right, this is what I need, Carol. I need this. And you'll see, at the end of the week, I'll be a new human being. It's your vacation. Is about her birthday, and then these clothes start falling up out of nowhere. She's all over my back to get rid of them. So we told her to bake for the birthday, she said.
I don't remember seeing clothes American before.
Big bastard, too. That's why I got these on my mouth. So why didn't you go with some physical moments? I'm idiot, Carol. Can you imagine me and the two of them alone for a week? I'd rather chew broken glass. It's going to be a big week for the bachelor.
Just to give people an idea on how bad it is, or how much rosewood and whatnot's came off. There's that. The iron should be good. Good to put away now. Or put safely off to the side.
The real estate product sold the place. Apparently the last house, it only burned to the ground.
Really? Yeah. A hideous, raging inferno.
Neighbors from the house.
Maybe. Whatever it is, I'm sure glad I'm not the one who lives right next door to him. I mean, basically, yeah, these folks are strange. Ever since we moved here.
Well, maybe these people just want to keep to themselves, Art. Remember when the Naps lived next door? How many conversations did you have with them?
I had two.
Oh, didn't even say goodbye when they moved.
Oh, please, don't even compare them. I mean, come on. At least if they were conversational, the naps were semi-normal. They worked in their yard, they mowed their lawn, they had a lot of fun. Fuck that. We don't really know how many of them.
There's 3 of them. They only come out at night. Ricky Butler says they're nocturnal feeders.
Oh, Ricky Butler.
Last week, when I was up on the roof with my telescope, I saw them back here.
What were they doing, honey?
Digging.
I like grave diggers.
Maybe.
Said Martar back for one last dance. It's not exactly a tango.
Again, just to verify, it looks like it is a 12-inch radius. I'll have to get 12-inch radius fretboard wire. Okay, it is now 7:12 p.m. 7:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Because it helps restore your body's natural rhythm. Restore
Here is after giving the fretboard a
so you can relax
bit of sand, kind of clean it up a bit more. You see the one couple bad spots. As I'm shaking, and as you can just barely see, I've rounded the fretboard edge a teeny bit. Now, let us partake in a little Old English lemon oil. Give it to re-soak the board and prepare it. Good big dose. As with the lemon oil sitting on it, you can already see the difference in the fretboard. It's more cleaner it looks. So again, I'm missing chunks out of around the 4th fret at the top there, and also around the 6th fret. You can see it as well too. And there's some breakouts around there, but nothing that's not going to be covered over by the frets anyways. So again, given the basis of what I just checked in, originally was going to order 9.5s, but it looks like I'm going to have to do a 12. So how dirty and how much rosewood dust have I gotten off? That's how much has came off. Now, I've just had that on as long as I have, and how dry has this fretboard been on this neck? Quite a fair amount. You can actually already see in some spots, especially around the frets, how it's actually already kind of drying up. Alright, long enough. That's what I've just wiped off. And you can already see the difference in how dirty and different the fretboard is. There's definitely damage. In some spots. But again, it's crappy frets. But that practically looks like a brand new fretboard now. And it's actually a really nice looking fretboard. So, that is now ready until when the frets come back. And the neck has a decent flame on it. Really not sure if I'm going to actually put any clear on it or not. Because again, at this point in time, this is going to be my first fret pulling, fret do, but so that's done for the time being. And we'll set that off to the side. So for argument's sake, since this section here is going on 48 minutes, let's just for argument's sake pull this off here just quickly. Take a peek underneath the hood and see what we got. Going by the wood here, it's fairly soft. Well, it's not too soft, so I'm not sure what the nature of the wood is, but this is a really nice pickguard, and I just unfortunately screwed down the pickup instead of unscrewing the screw.
Traditional aerosols contain a lot of water, which eventually falls down and spoils the experience. Introducing Airwick Pure, with 9 times more fragrance and less water. Experience great fragrance with less wet spray. Airwick Pure, more fragrance, less wet spray. Airwick Pure is also available in fresh milk. Keep your home fresh all day with automatic roasted fragrance and added water. Airwick Freshmatic, now available from Pure. Tim Hortons Starbucks coffee is darker and richer. And here's what your tastes want. A creamy 100% Arabica beans are now roasted to deliver darker, richer, and smooth flavor.
Alright.
Security!
Oh my god, that's barely got much of a wire here. Both the jack wire and the ground wire. So again, magnets on the bottom pickups, super teeny tiny pots, at least with a capacitor, El Cheapo switch, And the body itself seems to be relatively good. Again, as you can't see in the light, well, you can when I turn on an angle here, somebody's stupidly taken a pen or something and drawn around the pickguard edge. So, well, that solves that problem. Just broke off the lead to the output jack, which tells you how old and how crappy this is. So again, very possible reconditioning the body, very possibly probably reconditioning the knobs and the pickguard, and that will probably be about it. Everything else should be relatively the same. On that note, this video is going to end, it's going to be probably just over an hour, maybe an hour 10 minutes, so thank you for those who have actually taken the time to watch this. Hope everyone is well, and talk to you later, and stay tuned for more adventures on the Squier Strat. Bye for now.